And it honestly is this sad but beautiful metaphor for us to meet our opportunities halfway, if not more, to trust that whatever is meant for us is going to meet us where we are at when it is time for us to align with said opportunity. I have a post-it note. It says, "Fear no longer holds me hostage. In fact, fear allows me to know that I am on the right track." Hi, welcome back. Hi, welcome back. I needed to clear my throat, apparently. Okay, today's topic. I had a couple ideas trying to think of what I wanted to talk about, and then I came into temporary. What is going on with my speaking? And I don't have any water up here. I don't think there's any water in this. Empty. I came into a book called The Opportunity. It is honestly a children's book, I want to say, but I'm a part of a Buy Nothing group on Facebook. If you haven't ever heard of a Buy Nothing group, go on Facebook. If you have Facebook, type in Buy Nothing and your city. And it is a group that is solely based on gifting. It is really nice for the community to come together and not be burdened with the capitalistic structure that comes with bartering and expecting something in return when someone is just gonna donate or throw something away. So in this group, a lot of people just gift the things that they no longer are using. This is a book that we're like trading through or passing it along, I guess, to people who feel called to read it. Literally a couple, yesterday or the day before, I think it's the day before yesterday or something like that, someone posted about this book. I think I was the second person to comment on it, and so I now have it, but it's just, we know what happened at the beginning of this week, and it's called The Opportunity, and it essentially is a story about a young boy who sees this ship called The Opportunity and has dreams of sailing away and creating a new life for himself, and then the ship is supposed to be coming to come and get him. If you read it, I'm sorry if I spoil it for you, but essentially he keeps going down to the dock thinking that the boat's there, and then I think he does it twice, believes that it's not the boat, and then or is like, oh, I mistaken it for a speck, it's not the boat, goes back up, sees the boat, goes back down, and I think the second time or the third time, I can't remember, I have to reread it before I pass it on, he gets scared and he's like, okay, this has happened before where I thought that it was the ship, but it wasn't the ship. So let me go back to my safe spot. He like hangs out in a tree. Let me go to my safe spot because I'm comfortable there and make sure that the boat comes and docks before I go down and meet it there. And it honestly is this sad but beautiful metaphor for us to meet our opportunities halfway, if not more, to trust that whatever is meant for us is going to meet us where we are at when it is time for us to align with said opportunity. Goes back to what I said yesterday, the first day I made a video, I can't remember. Time is moving so funny, but you either take the action, get forced to take the action, or the opportunity or gift gets taken away from you because you don't make a decision, you don't make a choice. And at the very end of the book, it's an old man sitting in a tree, and we assume that it's the little boy, or I think it's implied, heavily implied, that it's the little boy still sitting in the tree. He's an old man now. He's let his life pass him by. There was a preview video that someone shared, the person who first had the book shared, and people are crying. Maybe it's the Aquarius in me, I didn't have my mushroom powder with ashwagandha, so I don't have ashwagandha as a reason why I didn't cry while I read it. But I think it was just cementing the idea that this time right now, this opportunity of mine is something that I need to seize, and I can't continue not going after and betting on myself. The theme of yesterday's video, bet on yourself, because nobody is coming to save you. I have to save myself. I have to believe and trust in myself and my worth and in my capabilities to take myself halfway, if not further, to meet my goals and to accomplish my aspirations and to come into the life that I want to live so badly. And then the lady that passed the book on to me, she recommended a podcast by Mel Robbins that I also listened to today. The podcast episode was called How to Figure Out What You Really Want. Use this life-changing hack. And essentially is the 5 whys. I believe the man who founded Toyota or something came up with this. I forget the name of the exercise, but it essentially is asking yourself, what do I really want? And so let's say one of the examples was her sister-in-law wanted a lake house and was asked, well, why do you want the lake house? And then she at first thought that the lake house was the goal, and that was the ambition, but at the end of it, it was just because she wanted to spend time with her kids before they grew up and created lives of their own, and they didn't have that time together. But the thing that was preventing her from having that now was her idea that this faraway goal was what she needed in order to obtain that. And so, the decision to figure out what you want, we need to break it down. I don't know if that last sentence made sense, but just breaking down your intentions, your whys, asking yourself 5 or more whys when you have an idea or concept that you want to achieve, something you want to bring into your reality. Narrow down the intention, the core of that want and desire, and figure out steps in order to get there. And maybe your end goal is going to change. Maybe it'll stay the same. Maybe it'll evolve into something that is a little bit of what you thought it was, and then something else. It's beautiful how life has been unfolding the last couple of days, and I'm glad that I have the ambition to document, and I was already ready to document this journey into whatever the next chapter is. And I honestly can't get over how crazy it is that things have been unfolding in the way that they have been, and that I continue to keep myself open to receive. And I hope you're doing the same as you're following along with this. At whatever point in your journey, whether you are a couple weeks in, couple months in, couple days in, or maybe you're just deciding now, I need to start going after my dream and making it my reality. No longer putting an arm's distance or more from me and the thing that I want so bad, because it was put on your heart for a reason. It was sent to you with a purpose. I was listening to what's her name? Nyjah, tell me your name. Nyjah Sim. I love her YouTube videos. I was listening to her live earlier, and it was called Focus on Yourself to Blow Up. And she had made this statement saying how God doesn't put an idea into your heart, into your soul, into your mind, and then adds another one, and then adds another one. He's going to continue to put the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe it comes in a different way, but if you have something on your heart, that's continuing to call for you. Continuing to say, hey, come, I want you to try this. I know you're going to be good at this, and you're drawn to it in various ways. For me, I found that in the form of watching so many YouTube videos, and then at the same time, like with music, I want to, create this multi-hyphenate, multi-passionate world of mine, because I have so many passions. And using my voice in all the different avenues possible is my passion, is my purpose. And being able to use my creative spirit in wherever it is that it takes me. That's, the calling that I've been feeling. Every time I took a step away from making music or documenting my life through video and through photos and such, I was always craving something. I was always feeling so unfulfilled because I wasn't doing what I was being called to do. And I would think, oh, I don't have the energy to do it. But it was because I hadn't been doing it in however long it was. But I kept feeling drawn, and I kept low-key feeling a little jealous, a little envious of the people who are already so much further down the line doing the thing that I wanted to do. The only person in the way of me being able to do the things that I wanted to do was myself. And so the only way I could get myself there is to be taking the action. And look where I am now. There are opportunities after opportunities after opportunities coming my way because I opened myself up and I stopped fighting. I stopped doubting. I stopped letting the fear get to me. I have a post-it note. Oh man. This is one of the oldest post-it notes that I have in my space still. I think, yeah, all of these are from last year. But this one I want to say has been in my vanity area for 2024, so maybe 3, possibly 4 years. I can't remember if it's 2020 or 2021 that I had written this, but it says, "Fear no longer holds me hostage. In fact, fear allows me to know that I am on the right track." And ever since I heard this for the first time, I knew that
I don't have that info for Chino Hills, California, but Chino Hills is part of San Bernardino County, which I do have information for. San Bernardino County's record
Echo, stop. I don't know when Echo heard me ask a question. I'm no longer allowing myself to be held back. And I hope you don't either. I hope you take, what is it? Take heed? Take heed? I have to Google that. I hope you learn from the boy in this story that your opportunities are going to pass you by if you don't seize it. If you don't see, okay, it's coming my way. I see glimmers of it in the distance, on the horizon, making its way towards me. Let me do everything and more that I can to ensure that I make it there and it knows that I'm ready. It goes back to on Sunday when I had made the first video, albeit it was a long video, but I was editing it down today. And I kept reiterating that I was so happy to be making that step. This was before I found out what I found out at the beginning of this week. But it was perfect timing. I had been seeing sign after sign, hearing encouragement after encouragement, people around me telling me that I have this way of being able to command a room, to be able to stand in front of a room. I was literally having that conversation with my mom and one of my aunts that was in town, and I don't know how they got on the topic of it, but my mom was talking about how my aunt was going to a funeral and she was doing a eulogy and she was talking about public speaking, and my mom talked about this college course that she had taken where it was a public speaking class. Their only last assignment was to speak in front of the class, and my mom was terrified. She's a people person, but she's not a I'm gonna read you something kind of person. Very interesting how I'm her daughter. But also it makes a lot of sense because I am the generational curse breaker of a lot of things, so it comes with the territory. But she was saying how the professor let her do the speech, just the professor and her in the class, everyone left, and then she, passed the class. Fortunately enough, they understood fear because my mom was crying. But they both turned to me and they were like, oh, well, Zoe, you're capable of doing that, public speaking. Like, you're someone who can stand up in front of a room, no problem. And I was just like, yeah, like when I feel compelled to. And then we got on the topic of what does it mean to be compelled? And I made the statement that I don't speak just to hear myself speak. I know I like hearing myself talk, but I don't speak for no reason, which unfortunately is a lot of people who end up having the platforms that are sometimes the biggest platforms because they don't give a shit about saying whatever it is they want to say. A lot of people reiterate that concept of, what is it? Bad press is no press is bad press. You know what I mean? Like good press, bad press, like attention is attention type of thing. And I live on the other side where I know that when I speak, it's important. It went blurry for a reason. When I speak, it's important. When I speak, there's purpose and intention, and I don't say BS. Nothing that comes out of my mouth is BS. And maybe a couple years ago, I would talk out of my ass, but that's not who I am right now. The person right here sitting in front of you is a person who has something to say, who has many things to say. Every day I love when I record a video and then my throat chakra is open and I work on music and I hear, wow, I am hearing with my ears and making the sound outside of me what I've been hearing inside my head for these songs to exist outside of me. And so I know that by doing this, I am feeding myself in so many ways, and I am opening up the doors and creating the pathways in order to get to exactly where it is I want to go. I'm so excited. I'm so ready to see how else this journey continues to unfold. I am taking my hands off of the wheel in a way, similar to how a Tesla will do autopilot, but your eyes have to be open and you have to be alert and aware. So that is definitely where I am. I'm not forcing things to happen. I'm not saying, oh, I believe I need to be doing this, so like let me do this and let me force it to happen. If it doesn't come to me with ease, I don't want it. And when an opportunity presents itself to me, I'm not going to shy away from it. Yes, I'm going to feel if it's something I haven't done, like perform my own music in front of a crowd of people who are there to dance or have a good time. Yes, I'm going to feel scared, but that's not going to prevent me from doing it, because the more I do something that makes me scared, the more I will get used to that and become less scared. Doesn't mean the fear is not going to exist. Doesn't mean the anxiety may not pop up when I'm not prepared for it to. But I'm going to be working that part of the mechanics of creating the habit of doing the things that makes me scared, because I know that when I am faced with the fear and then the thing that I want is on the other side, that the resistance, the healthy resistance, is what proves to me that I'm headed in the right direction. Now, there's different forms of resistance. Don't mix up my words and say, oh, okay, if I'm being redirected really aggressively by God, by the universe, then that means I'm going in the right way. No. That is where we have to practice the act of discernment. The gift of discernment is very important in this journey of life. I mentioned it before, our bodies don't lie. When I was going down a path and I got to the end of that path and I needed to choose a new path, my body was giving me all the signs. And now that I'm going on the path that I am on now, the path that I have been told time and time again I needed to redirect myself to. I'm allowing things to happen. I'm not fighting against it. I'm not allowing the fear and the worry that, oh, but what if it doesn't work out? You're being redirected for a reason. You're being given positive opportunity after positive opportunity for a reason. It's just time to step up to the plate and show the universe, I got this. I'm ready for this. I want this. I am worthy of this. So, lesson of the day, seize your opportunities. Meet it halfway minimum, if not more. Place yourself in an energetic space, in a physical space, in a mental space, in an emotional space to receive everything that you desire. Set your intentions and speak it out loud so that God and the universe can hear you and say, okay, she gets it. Okay, he gets it. Okay, they get it. They heard us. He wants it. He's aware of it. She's aware of it. She's on the same page now. He's on the same page now. However you are and however it is that you would identify, I love you. But now is the time. We are transitioning into fall. We're gonna be, harvesting. It is gonna be harvest season very, very soon. All the seeds you planted at the beginning of the summer, at the end of spring, gotta get ready to pick them. Get your baskets ready. Clear out your space. I know I need to clear out my space. I keep inviting new things in and I gotta let some stuff go. But it's time. Rebirth. In order for rebirth to happen, death has to happen. Clearing out space to make space for the new, it's gotta happen. And that also comes with mindsets and mentalities when it comes to allowing ourselves to have exactly what it is that we deserve and that we're already in alignment with. There goes my voice. I'm about to be cut off again. I love you. Be nice to yourself. Hydrate. Take a walk, because I'm about to. And the sun's going to go down, and then I'm going to get a little workout in. Move your body. Don't sit around for too long. I think that's enough advice. Ooh, it stopped. Maybe I can go past 23 minutes. Okay, but I do gotta go. I love you. Love you. I will see you soon. Ciao.